What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. It is Hart DFS, and today we have another NBA slate breakdown for Draftkings. If you're new to my channel, my name is Hart. I make daily NBA, NFL, PGA slate breakdowns, as well as prize pick videos and NBA Top Shot and NFL all-day content as well. So welcome to my channel. If you could please leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment, I'd really appreciate it. I do appreciate all the support recently, especially with the prize pick videos. We've been on a heater. We got screwed last night, but we're going to get back to it tonight and definitely make that money back. So let's get into it. Also, make sure to follow me on Twitter at HeartDFS. Answer any questions, put up my prize pick lines, and yeah, talk to anyone who wants to talk on there. Getting into this, we have a Big Ten gamer. I just recorded this video, but it was about 30 minutes because I was just rambling too much. So I'm going to make this a lot quicker. This should be 10 minutes at most. Really going to run through this slate. It's shaping up to be a stars and scrubs slate. There's a lot of news that's coming out and will continue to come out today, so definitely keep an eye on that if you're playing this slate. Dallas, we have Luke at the top, 12-1. Been playing really well recently. Really like him in the spot at 12-1 against Washington. There is a little bit of blowout opportunity, but it's Luka Doncic. He still has been playing at least until the third, fourth quarter, especially when it's been a blowout game, so don't mind him. Dinwiddie, second favorite play for me on this side. 6,100. Price isn't the best, but he can definitely get you into the mid-30s fantasy point-wise, maybe 40 if he's playing really well off the bench. Revenge game narrative, if you were into that against Washington. Brunson, okay play. I usually prefer him over Dinwiddie, but I think it's just, Luke and Dinwiddie at the top for me. Finney Smith had a good game last game. Not going to chase that. Bullock's just too score independent. Kleber and Powell split minutes. Powell gets a little bit more of the run. A little bit better when it comes to the pick and roll than Kleber, but I don't think you have to do it at 4-2. There's just a lot of better plays on the slate than that side. Porzingis the top 9K. Prices come up a lot, but I do really like him in this matchup. Revenge game narrative. Maybe he'll try to prove a point. 9K is, a little expensive for Porzingis, but with Kuzma still out, I still really like the spot for Porzingis. Denny, 5-5, not a bad play. He's grown on me a little bit more, especially recently, because he's just been one of those guys who will kind of do it all. Points, rebounds, assists, can't get you a block or steal. So he's not going to have like a huge game, but can definitely have you, an average game at 5-5. I am more interested in just playing guys like Hachimura, who's been doing better offensively and rebounding wise, but he's still kind of just dependent on that scoring, especially with Porzingis taking a lot of the rebounding opportunities. Sato, price has really not come up in much, and he's not shooting the ball a ton, but can still get you there. As you can see, he had a double-double with rebounds and assists. Don't mind him in the spot against Dallas. Maybe one of these games he'll have a good scoring game. And then the last guy I'll mention is, where is he? Oh, Ish Smith. Already have him in. 39. Sato is starting, but Ish should get around 20-ish minutes. And if Sato's doing bad and Ish is hitting his shot, he's going to get more run. And he can get you, he's averaging like 5 assists over the course of the games he's playing. I don't mind you taking a shot at 3-9 on Ish. I do think there's better opportunities with the Memphis game, with OKC and the Portland side, just when it comes to low salary players that you are going to get a lot of run. So don't know if you did force Ish Smith, but I'd say definitely keep an eye on him. Toronto side, we have Pascal, 9-7. Triple-double last game. I just don't know if this game's going to stay close to the point where these guys are going to pay off their salaries, especially with how much salary relief has opened up this slate with that Memphis game, with them pretty much resting all their starters. So I don't really think I'm going to get to anyone on this Toronto side. I mean, they're all decent plays. If I had to take a shot on someone, it'd definitely be Van Fleet is my favorite. But I don't think I'm going to get there. Orlando side, Wendell's out, so that solidifies more minutes not for Franz, but Chuma didn't shoot the ball well last game, but they got 30 minutes. I think you can expect the same. He'll probably shoot better this game. So not bad at 4,900. If I were to take a shot on someone on the side, it'd definitely be Cole Anthony. Still the point guard, still has all the usage, not shooting the ball recently or as much recently, but don't mind him. Especially if this game gets out of hand, he'll still play a good amount of minutes. This game's just not really appealing to me. Indiana, Boston, same thing. Hal Burns, the main guy on the Indiana side, has a lot of usage, has a lot of opportunities when he's, doing well with assists. That game they were losing by like 30 in the first quarter, and somehow they managed to come back all the way in the fourth, and they almost won it. But, I don't mind him. Not shooting the ball a ton, which you kind of want from someone who is 9'4", has the huge assist opportunity, but don't think I'm going to go there. Brogdon might play. We'll see. They've been tanking and resting him, so he hasn't so far. I don't know why they'd play him. Healed, no. No one really does it for me on this side. Boston side. Really like Jaylen Brown at 8K and Tatum at 10-3. I don't think I'd get to anyone else on the side besides Pritchard, who maybe if this game blows out, he'll get a little bit more run into the 25-ish minute range. Is a good scorer, can get you some rebounds and assists, so I don't mind him at 4,200. This game just has that blowout risk on it, so I know Boston has been playing their stars and main guys close to 3.5, almost the whole game, even with the blowouts they've had recently. So they are a little bit safer in this blowout risk, but still, maybe it's one of those games where they're up by 40 by half, and then, it's 30 going into midway through the third, and they just set the rest of the game. So there's a little bit of risk with that. Sacramento, Houston, another great game. They just played the other day. Was it 2 days ago? David Mitchell, 8K, playing a ton of minutes. Main guy on the Kings, main scorer as well. So I don't mind him at 8K. The price is a little bit up there for me. Barnes and Lyles, it's just on this Kings side, you want to take a shot on who's going to be like the secondary scorer. Lyles was that second game along with Damian Jones. The prices aren't the best, but in this matchup, someone's going to have to step up for the Kings side besides David Mitchell. And it's just, who's going to be that guy? I don't think it's going to be Dante. He's doing okay. 5'6" isn't the best price, but he really isn't having that explosive game. He's not shooting the ball a ton. So I think I'd rather just take shots on guys like Trey Lyles and David Mitchell, and then maybe Damian Jones. 5'5", price is decent. He had a great game against them last game. Don't think you expect the same, especially 4 blocks. But do expect there to be, double upside, even though he hasn't really hit it yet, especially since he's been starting. But I don't mind him at 5'5". Really like the Houston side. Kevin Porter Jr., still really like him 7'5". Told you guys to play him last game. Went off for a triple-double. Don't think you expect that, but I think you can expect him to shoot the ball a ton still, rebound a lot still, and assists. His usage will come down a bit if Sengun is in. Sengun will take a little bit of the usage away, especially some shots away. But do really like both of them if they play. Definitely look to them. Gotta wait for that Sengun news, but if they play, definitely play both of them. Jalen Green, not for me. Just too score independent. Been playing really well the past 3 games, but he's not getting really any peripherals. So I don't think you need to force it at 6,800 for him. That really does it for me on the side. Maybe take a shot on a guy like KJ Martin. I mean, he's not really a good shooter, more just like a pick and roll rebound type of scorer. Bruno Fendel and Gruba got minutes just because of Sengun being out. So if Sengun's in, those two are really not going to play much. I think the minutes will probably just go to KJ Martin. But if Sengun's still out, you can definitely look to these two. I'd give it to, the not to Bruno. He's a better scorer than Gruba, but he only played 22 minutes. Gruba played like 31, 26. Doesn't shoot the ball a ton, so doesn't really do it for me. I just hope Sengun's in, and I'd play him and Kevin Porter Jr. Phoenix, Memphis. We get the news that Memphis is pretty much, resting all their starters, sending them. So I don't think any of these guys on the Phoenix side are going to get huge minutes. Might be just a huge blowout risk at the beginning of the game. So I don't think you get to play anyone on this Phoenix side. You could definitely take a shot on guys like Campaign to play more minutes just because of the blowout risk. Alfred Payton, doesn't look bad at 3,600. If this game blows out, that's what you hope. If you take shots on any of these guys on the Phoenix side, you hope the starters blow them out by at least the second quarter. And then there's the whole second half for these scrubs to get run, like Elfrid Payton, Campaign, Shamit, Aaron Holiday, and like Hutchinson. I don't know if he's still on the team. I know Aaron Holiday is. So maybe if you want to take a shot, one of these guards, like Aaron Holiday, he'll definitely get run if this game blows out. I'd say it's viable in today's slate. Memphis side, as I said, Bane's questionable or is doubtful. Jaren Jackson Jr. is doubtful. Tyus Jones is doubtful. Steven Adams is doubtful. So the whole starting five is doubtful, as I mentioned. That leaves Dillon Brooks, shooting guard. So to me, most likely, where is he? Oh, Melton, 5'2", already have him in my lap, sorry. Point guard, Dillon Brooks, shooting guard. Kyle Anderson, small forward. Brandon Clark, power forward or center. And then Zaire Williams, small forward, power forward. Out of that starting five, I do like Anthony Melton a lot. Good scorer, good assist opportunities, can get you rebounds as well. Dillon Brooks is going to, probably shoot the ball a ton. He's just really score independent. Not a bad price for any of these guys. Don't mind Kyle Anderson, slow-mo. He's probably going to get close to 30, maybe 35 minutes. Not a huge shooter or scorer, but he does have triple-double upside and can get you steals. So I do really like him at 4,100. Same with Brandon Clark, just kind of that energy guy. Has double-double opportunity, especially if he's going to be playing 30, 35 minutes. I just really like all these, the whole starting five for the Memphis side. I'd give the nod to Melton and a guy like Kyle Anderson, but even Zaire Williams will probably shoot the ball a ton. So just really like everyone on that Memphis side. Clippers, Milwaukee, Paul George, 9.5. I think there's just blowout risk in this game. He's still limited. If he's not limited, I'd like him in the spot against Milwaukee. I just don't know if I'm going to get to him or anyone on this side, just especially with that Memphis news. Giannis, I think this might be a game. If it's blowout risk, he's not going to play his usual minutes. He's been playing a ton recently, almost like it's been 3 games in a row. So I don't know if they're going to run their full starters the whole game. They're all good plays. I guess Giannis is a good player, and Chris Middleton. I wouldn't play 8,900 for Drew there. No one else on the side really intrigues me. But I just don't think I'm going to get there when there's just so much value on the Memphis side as well as the OKC side and Portland side. Moving on, we have Detroit to OKC. Cade Cunningham at the top, 9K. Don't mind him as a pay up for today. He's playing, about 35 minutes, shooting the ball a ton. Been playing really well recently. Does have some stealing opportunities. Averages about 1.2 a game. Can rebound, can assist. Price is up there, but I just don't mind him. 7.2 for Sadiq Bey. Not going to pay that. Marvin Bagley, no. Isaiah Stewart, no. Killian Hayes, maybe take a shot on that. If I was taking a second shot on someone, it would definitely be Kelly Olynyk. I told you guys last game he did well, so I do like him in that spot, 3,700. That really does it for me on the Detroit side. Cade kind of has all the ownership, or all the usage. Don't really like anyone else in that spot. OKC is running an 8-man rotation today with Maladin, Poku, Roby, Wiggins, Vitt, and Waters. If I was to take the shot on someone, maybe it'd be Waters. I know Wiggins a game or two ago was the guy, lost a lot of his shot opportunities. So I think my favorite plays on this side would be Maladin, Waters, and Vitt. Got the start, played 35 minutes, didn't shoot the ball well at all, and still hit you 26 fantasy points. He's a pass first point guard, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, can get you steals, so I don't mind him at all. I think this game, this slate, you can definitely go just the route of playing all the scrubs from the Memphis side and the OKC side and have a huge lineup, or you can do stars and scrubs. That's the 2 routes I would go. I don't think I'd do the normal route of, playing 3 huge guys, but we'll see. Yeah, that does it for me. OKC side, really like the starting five as well. Portland, not as much. Do like Brandon Williams, but otherwise, I don't think I'm going to take a shot at anyone else on this team. A lot of guys are out. Eubanks is too pricey. LRB is just way too inconsistent, especially when you can go to guys in OKC and Memphis that are just a lot better scores and plays. Don't think you get to force anything there. Do like DeJounte Murray, 11-4, and Portal with the rebound opportunities, but I just think you just want to play the guys from OKC and Memphis and then just plug in any stars you want because you'll be able to afford at least 2, if not 3. Memphis, I do like Cat as a pay up for a star. He's going to be low owned. His price is okay. Back-to-back okay games. I do love him in this matchup, though, against Denver. Jokic is obviously Jokic, and Cat is a little foul prone, as we can see last game. But I do think he will be just super low owned to the point where if he has a really good game, it could really help you win a ton of money. So I do really like Cat. Anthony Edwards, decent play. D'Lo, okay play. I just don't think you get to force any of these mid-range guys. I think you just go the scrubs, as I keep saying, and then just plug in the stars that you really want to play. I really like Cat. Maybe a game stack of Cat and Jokic. Jokic has been playing unbelievable pretty much all season. 12.5 is pretty expensive, especially in this game, but I don't mind it, especially with all the value that's opened up today. Does it for me on that side. And the Pelicans-Lakers for the last game of the day. CJ the top, 8-6. Don't mind him. Same with J-Val. Don't mind him as well. Averaging about like 43 fantasy points over the past few games. Price hasn't moved. Like Brandon Ingram, but it looks like he's still kind of limited minutes-wise. If there's no minutes limit, I do like, Brandon Ingram is a decent mid-range pay-up at 7,600. CJ does have a lot of usage, but Brandon Ingram can definitely get you there at 7,600. Been playing great recently, so I don't mind him at 7,600. So I'll throw him in there for now. I just really want that minutes limit to be off for him to get to like 35 minutes. They do need to secure their playoff spot, so they're going to run their starters, even if this game is a blowout for most of the game. Lakers side, LeBron is questionable. So, especially if LeBron and Anthony are in, this should be a really good game and close game. So it makes the guys on the Pelican side a lot more viable. I think they're both battling for the 10th playoff spot as well. So this could be a huge pivotal game. If LeBron's back, really like him at 10-9. I think he does lose some usage and just, having to shoulder the whole load. With AD back, AD will most likely be on a minutes limit. 8-9, don't think I'm going to pay that price for AD, especially when he'll probably play just close to 25-30 minutes. Maybe he doesn't. They really need to win if they want to get in the playoffs. So maybe they'll run both of them a ton of minutes. We'll have to keep an eye out on that news. It sucks because it's the last game by an hour and a half. So if you want to make 2 lineups, I'd say maybe get risky with LeBron and AD. And it could really set you guys apart for being able to take down all the money. I really do think that. And if they're both back, it takes everyone else out of play for me. Dwight had an old Dwight game last game, played 30 minutes, went off for 21 and 12. But if these two are back, or at least one of them's back, I really don't want to get to anyone else. That really does it for me today, guys. A little bit quicker of a video, still about 19 minutes. But I'm really harping on the fact that you really want to just look to some of those Houston guys, but mostly Memphis and OKC, just to get all your value guys, and then just try to plug and play at least 3 stars. And I think that's going to be the route that mostly everyone goes today. Those guys in Memphis and OKC should at least hit 5, 6, probably even 10 times value, because they're all around like 5,000 or less when it comes to salary. So that's definitely the route you guys are going to want to go today. I'll be posting updates on my Twitter, so follow me on Twitter. And I just want to thank you guys for tuning in. Like, subscribe, and leave a comment, and I'll see you guys later today. My prize picks video should be out within an hour, so stay tuned for that. See you.